Ninja Academy. We are here for Wave 2 of our third qualifier. We're looking for our top 10 men, top 10 women of our second season to make it to our championship in February. I'm Chris Ganji, joined alongside Ryan Stratus.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Excited for Wave 2 here. We saw some great runs in Wave 1. Well, we got some crazy athletes coming up in this second wave. We're going to see if we can't get some more people through to get a full clear. We'll see how things get going in just a bit. Here's a look at the scoring for the open round.
Quick look at the open round scoring. It was Ethan Swanson on the judge telling me we're going to start in about 20 seconds, so we're going to make this quick. Athletes will get one fail, two fails per obstacle. You can fail an obstacle twice. You get the retry system. 3-minute time limit here on the open round. Top 10 men, top 10 women move on to the finals round, which will be streamed later on today. Quick look at the retry system, but our first athlete looking to take the course here. And it's going to be Aiden Shanley.
Aiden's going to be starting things off, coming out of TA Fitness Plymouth. 16 years old, getting some big swings already going here on the Llaya lane. Trying to dial in this throw, trying to stay as straight as he can. Nicely done. Looking for that turnaround for the bongo bounce, and quick transitions on out of there. No worries. Trying to get this slide down and kip on up and to that rope. Aiden starting things off extremely fast, but not able to get through that first stumble there on the angled steps.
Yeah, that's okay. Settle yourself down. Really fast to this point. He's only at 35 seconds.
Big
Holy
leap. Nice job. Trains alongside Lucas Realei and a few others out there at TA Fitness, making quick work of the spines. Just got recent first-time placement in the elite category podium not too long ago. It's up to a 14-foot Llaya, he says. We'll see that put on display here later on the course. Looking good on the cliffhanger thus far. Going around for the twist. Not too concerned with that, and gets the underhand cling to the pillar.
Yeah, made it look pretty good. Pretty casual there. And now he's onto the Pac-Man, which in Wave 1, absolute crux of an obstacle.
Yeah, this has stopped a lot of athletes in the first wave. We got some big moves, going for the skip and clips it in. Nice job able to engage that clasp and swing it into the last obstacle here, the slippery salmon slider. Up to the top, not able to get to the very top rack. He's got to reset. 2 more tries. Could be one of our few clears of the day.
Well, that's 2 fails to this point. You can see on the bottom leaderboard, Colton Supa, first place, 0 fails through the course. Our only clean clear.
Oh, the transition down. Just didn't get both sides at the same time. Unfortunate miss there for Aiden. He's going to get one more chance. He's got a lot of breathing room with the time remaining. Let's see what he's got left in the tank. He can't miss any more. Final attempt. Watching that left side. Oh, but the right side is what gets him. Unfortunate there. Fast run to that point. Puts him in 3rd place as of right now, but we got a lot more athletes to go here in Wave 2. All right, coming up now is Mazy Andre, getting ready to go. Coming out of center court and next level ninja. Likes to rock climb, play guitar, and jump on obstacles all day long. And quick work of that first obstacle there. Big Llaya through this Llaya lane. Trying to find his rhythm here. No need to take an extra swing for that dismount. Nice kip on out of there. Here comes the bongo bounce. Ooh, watch them toes. Good to go. Keep on moving. Nice back arch there and kips on through.
Yeah, that tech was really clean there on the sliding bar. Was able to get his hips back just at the right time.
Overshot that second step. We've seen a lot of variation in techniques on these lily pads and angled steps here. Wait for that reset. See if he changes his tech. Ooh, same approach and figures it out. Second try. Nice job. Competed way back on Season 2 of A&W Junior. No stranger to competing at a higher level. Having that pressure, somebody else running alongside you. He's out there all on his own right now, putting on a good performance thus far.
Now onto the cliffhangers. You can see not a lot of room for your hands. The obstacle is designed to do what he's doing now, which is the 180-degree turn. I really like the design of the obstacle. We've seen a couple people actually match on it, which I don't know how they're getting both hands on it.
I know. Tiny, tiny room there. Not much for the grip. Good twist through. Nice bear hug on the pillar and gets on out. Take your time here. This has been the stopping point for many. Those aren't too comfortable on the hands when you try to make these big power moves. Which way we're going to go? Going for the skip, perhaps?
Yeah, he's going for the big move here.
Yeah, not able to get in there. Got to get that Pac-Man open and close the mouth.
Well, I cannot imagine Strat will see too many people do this obstacle the way it was intended by going up to the high bar and then dropping down.
Yeah, it's a tough move going up and then back around. You got two chances for a potential miss with the clasp, and got one last attempt here.
The other really tough part about this strat is that you have to push the ring in far enough so that it opens the clasp and then pull it back into your body, and that timing is just really, really difficult, especially making a move this big.
Very quick move, last chance, and unable to secure the Pac-Man move. Tough break for Mazy, but impressive run to that point. See some looks down at the knuckles. Got to be careful on those transitions for the Pac-Man.
And here is an up-close look at the ring obstacle. This is the Pac-Man from Sam Folsom. Really smart, innovative design here. I absolutely love it. And there's a really good look at what these athletes have to do while flying through the air. It's very, very difficult.
Kevin Rodriguez getting ready to go. Another out of Vitality Obstacle Fitness. They sent a strong squad out here. Trains 3 days a week, adds 2 days onto that with some rock climbing. Kevin on the move through number 1, no issues. Getting things started with some big laches, trying to link all these as best as he can. Nice job. Really enjoys the hybrid style courses. Oh, good. Think we're good. Might have. Nope, still good to go. Got the thumbs up from the judge out there. And quick skip across the lily pads. And just not taking any rest, just wants to power on through, make quick work where he can, because he knows it's going to come down to time to the Pac-Man potentially. I like this pace that he's setting.
Yeah, I mean, these Wave 2 athletes certainly starting to pick up the pace, maybe feeling a little bit of the pressure. They've seen the Pac-Man be such a crux obstacle to this point. You want to get a good time. See, I don't know how they're doing this strat. The match technique.
Oh my gosh, there's no room for fingers on there, and it's just.
I know this angle is a little bit far away, but those cliffs are just about big enough for one hand.
Wow, that was an insane pace to this point. Barely a minute. And now he's got almost 2 full minutes to complete 2 obstacles here. These have been the 2 most challenging on the course. Oh, look out! Got the ring on there, but hands popped off. Not able to hold on after the drop. Looking down at his hands a little bit. Hopefully didn't get any flappers from that aggressive drop, making that skip. Second try for Kevin. Big back pull here. Just unable to get Pac-Man to open up and close around that hook. Got one last attempt.
Yeah, just not able to figure it out there on the second attempt, but hopefully third try, third time's a charm.
Ooh, twisted the hips to try to get more power and not able to find the angle required to open and close that gate. Tough break for Kevin. Still got him into 5th place currently. We'll see if you follow along on that leaderboard along the bottom of your screen. You'll see the athletes pop up as we get more and more athletes to come through.
Joe Kappo up next. Joe out of New Jersey. I've done a lot of testing with Joe. He's an absolute dominant monster on the A&W testing circuit. Pretty much whenever Adam needs something, he's like, where's Joe? I need somebody to complete this obstacle. Where is Joe? absolutely love watching this guy compete.
He's got 17 years as a gymnast, got that experience, that body awareness, air awareness, transitioned into ninja. He's just fell in love with this sport. He's been doing great things for the community. Here he goes now on the Lachey lanes. Seen the work he's done with his students, a lot of great techniques and progression style training, very important to do with those students at an early age. Joe, great coach, making sure, oh, he's making skips when he can. Gets the thumbs up, nice job.
Saw a couple athletes do that this morning. Made it look pretty casual there.
Oh, great catch on the rope, plenty of hang time there. See some of that gymnast tech coming into play. Whew, keep those toes up, think he's good.
The one thing I do love that you said, I have seen him do like drill work with his students, which I think is really great. He likes to break things down, go through the motions. How do you align your hips?
Speaking of that hip swing, just able to swing on through off that steering wheel for a clean dismount thus far. No errors yet. Trying to keep that going with a smile on his face, looking relaxed out there. Having a good time. Let's see how he does on these tiny clips. Going for the match tech.
I am surprised he's not doing the 180 tech here. There's not a lot of room.
Bump it. Okay, good. You hear the crowd start popping off a little bit for him. Wants to give him some support. There's a little bit of a breather on the pillar there and gets it through. About a minute and a half to go for Mr. Joe Kappo.
Well, like I said, it's always been fun testing with Joe. He has competed a couple times on American Ninja Warrior, but I really can't understate, how consistent this guy is at testing. He almost always stays dry. Not able to get it there.
Tough move here. It's different than your typical skyhook transition. You gotta engage that clasp on the Pac-Man hold. You'll be able to push forwards and then pull it back to engage it. A new move here. Second try. Hold tight. Gets the thumbs up there.
Nice, and that slots him into 4th place. Puts Xavier on the bubble.
Yeah, here we go. Final obstacle here.
He's got so much time if he can just be patient here, get through this slider.
Watch those corners.
With only one fall, this would put him into 2nd place, which would be a great spot to be in.
I've got the Sasuke-style dismount here with a sliding bar overhead. It makes it really tough to try to get a good dismount. And the power required, just shy of the dismount here. He's going to have to retry with 50. He's going to have about 10 seconds. It's going to be tight. Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Oh, he rushed it and not able to get there with the time allotted. But Joe, great run thus far. Puts him in 4th.
Yeah, had to go for it there. But we do have a special guest commentator for you guys. We are joined by the commentator ninja. Mary Layton will be taking over, so I'm going to hand over the mic, and I will talk to you guys later. Mary, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks so much, Chris, for giving me the opportunity to hop on the stream today. I have been following Ninja Sport Network since it all began and had the opportunity to hop on for a run back at Obstacle Academy. So really excited to do a full wave with you guys.
Awesome. Good to have you. And now I know Chris can focus on the other tasks at hand, the man of many tasks, many hats. But back to the run on the floor here. We got Devon Alexander on the move right now, coming out of Ninja Mania. Said he's got the world's sweatiest hands. That's not what you want in the sport of ninja, but he's going to push on through regardless of that. Quick little tack off that bongo. And let's see how he handles the slide on down.
Yeah, Devon trains at Ninja Mania, as you said, and I always say in the streams they like to go fast at Ninja Mania.
He's going at breakneck pace right now. Seeing some good tech here coming out of the spines. Devon controlling that descent just enough to get on out of there. Needs to get one more swing, though. Nice work.
Clean run so far, and less than a minute to get to the cliffhangers right here. Got some chalk before tackling those cliffhangers so the sweaty hands doesn't get in his way.
Nice twist around. Ooh, going a little further out than he was expecting, but great adjustment. Nice work bear hugging that pillar and gets the clear. Plenty of time for 2 final obstacles. Devon's got experience on the main show, A&W seasons 13 and 14. Season 15 coming up soon. This is a good opportunity to test those skills out. Getting back on the big show. Ooh, not quite able to get that one.
It's very interesting to compare the obstacles on the show to some of the more really technical moves that we see in local competitions. This one in particular with this new innovation, Sam Wilson. Oh!
I think that counts. Yeah, he engaged it, leaving the start platform. Unfortunate start there. Yeah, as you're saying, the obstacles are way different than the show. We got more technical type stuff. And that's 3 and done for Devon. Nice try. Fast to that point, but it's hung up on to the technical aspect of that Pac-Man.
It's interesting. It's such a quick movement, and you see that quick movement in some ice pick tech, whipping it around really quickly, but that added latch, it just makes it a lot more difficult.
All right, up now we got Ethan Gardeski from the Grips Gym, and trains alongside old Philip Scott.
Hi, Phil.
I ain't seen Phil in a little bit, but I know he likes to hang out in our chat from time to time. See how Ethan does out there. Rocking that Hawaiian Punch shirt. More of a Kool-Aid man myself, but we'll see how he does. Rocking his way through obstacle number 1. Big swings and shays on through. Got a buzzer back in season 14 in San Antonio. Looking to increase the buzzer count here today. No problem on the second obstacle. A little bit of a longer procedure there, but want to make sure those swings are good to go. No problem with the bongo bounce. Going to take a second swing on the slide down here.
I find this method interesting of pulling back. I guess it's just giving them more confidence to set their hips and get that timing exactly right. Something that's interesting is a lot of the sliders around New England don't have a steeper pitch than that one, so I think that's why we're seeing some of them go back to really get that timing down.
Good pulls here coming out of the spines. Still on a fairly good pace here, anywhere around a minute to this point. Going to be a standard time here for the second wave. It's the benefit of going later. You start to realize how much time you have. You can see he was asking exactly how much time he had. There's a few places on the floor that they can see their estimated time, but when you're in the zone, you got to focus on what's in front of you. And currently, that cliffhanger not posing any issues thus far, but here comes the turn.
We've seen a few athletes just static this reach, which is mind-blowing to me, and there it is again.
Great cross there. It was a little tied up trying to get to that pillar. And just needs to get on that platform. Get that point. And secures that point. That's going to put him in the 10th place. A little slower through that one obstacle, but if he gets through clear on the last 2, that doesn't matter. Let's see what we got.
Yeah, as we progress through this wave, I think we're really going to want to see the athletes get through this 8th obstacle here. We've got a lot of athletes coming up with some really great technique, a lot of power that I think are going to get the clear here. So rooting for Ethan on this one. Ooh.
Yeah, tough move there. They're starting to see people skip more and more. Nobody's opting to go for that upper bar. I think they saw the people try the upper bar move and it just wasn't working out for the ones that have tried it, and only people that have skipped. And clear. Here goes try number 2. Just shot again.
I think that up move, it makes it a little bit more complicated. You have to balance the Pac-Man perfectly on the edge of the pipe, and then you have to execute your power and then manage to exactly put the ring exactly where it has to go. So I think it is a lot more technical as opposed to just going for the skip, but
tough break for Ethan.
Still technical on the skip.
Nice try there. Wasn't quite able to figure out the transition, but got him in there a little higher up. Next up's going to be Rachel the Guts, coming out of center court and next level. Teacher currently. Yeah, let's see what she got. You hear the woo, getting that crowd hype. Strong competitor here. Let's see how she does. multiple competitor on A&W, made it to the national finals twice, and top woman in the semifinals back in season 13. Here we go, Rachel.
Now, we haven't seen a female clear the course just yet. I definitely put my money on Rachel getting deep into the course here. I think it's going to come down to that ice pick. That's going to be a tricky move when we get there.
Got a lot of swing power here. Wants to dial it in, though, to ensure we get through this without any retries. Don't want to waste any more time than needed. Nicely done to get to the end. One more for safety. Nice job, Rachel. Here we go with this power bounce off the side of the bongo. Commit and bounce. Nice job. And right away for the dismount. That's going to bump her up into third place currently. She wants to keep on adding to that leaderboard points and get on up and out.
And just a little bit late on that throw there. Her momentum was directed more up as opposed to forward. That's a decent gap between the slider and the rope. Really got to be expert on timing those hips.
For try number 2 here. Back. So close. See if this is salvageable from this position.
Rachel's just looking a little bit uncomfortable. I think she knows she has to get the timing just right, but hope to see a commitment on this one.
Wow, she went a lot further that time, but just barely grabbed the bottom portion of that rope. She's going to have one more chance here.
I think this is where we're seeing the difference between a lot of the sliders that are around New England. They have a much steeper pitch, and lots of athletes from the New England region are used to working with that when it comes to the timing. I think that might be what's getting to Rachel here.
Big pull, gets it the third and final attempt. Great job. Focusing in on the next obstacle right away. Oh, almost gets it. Takes a quick peek at the clock, got a minute remaining. Great save to be able to figure out that slider. 1, 2, 3 leaps for the platform. Great job. That's going to bump her up into first place. Checking the time one more time, and here we go. First athlete to get to this point on the women's side.
Some pretty big reaches on this spine here, similar to the last time we were here at Stamford Ninja Academy. I think the targets were actually on the other side. A little bit of a change. And that obstacle was a bit of a hard obstacle for the females to get through, but not an issue for Rachel here.
Great job maintaining that pull power all the way through. Not taking long here. Wants to try to get through this cliffhanger. Got about 15 seconds. Be down to the buzzer beater here, trying to secure one more point. Got to get that cross. Oh, good grab. It's going to come down to the buzz. Time is going to be, might be a little over on the time. Don't think that's going to cut it, but impressive stuff from Rachel. I think that's going to put her in a good position for the rest of the day. We'll find out. Looking really happy with her performance there. Great job.
I think that's a taste of what the female field is going to be able to do on this course. I think Rachel would have had a lot more time if she had executed on the slider a little bit quicker. So I think we are going to see some female clears today.
Coming up next is going to be Michael Sherman, coming out of the Stamford Ninja Academy, so it's his home gym.
Michael Sherman is a force in the teen division around New England, always a strong contender, but he is going up against some elites. Let's see how he does today.
Yeah, definitely Northeast is stacked with ninja gyms and just opportunities to compete. See a lot of the stronger athletes come out of this part of the country just because they have so many more opportunities to put those skills to the test. Sherman, looking smooth out there thus far. Ooh, bongo bounce, but makes it through. Nice little double hip kip, and man, just keep on cruising through this. 1, 2, and might not make it through on that one. Going to have to reset. Try and go in for that side approach. Pans out for some. Not so much for Mr. Sherman here. Try number 2. Nice.
The foot placement on that obstacle is so tricky. You have to be pushing immediately into it. You can't be pushing past it. Really great execution out of Michael his second time through.
Nice adjustments here. Coming off those steering wheels. Grabs a little bit of that bucket of chalk. Or jumping right onto that cliffhanger. Still at a good pace. Going for that turnaround. Man recently got second place at the gauntlet. Second place at the gauntlet. So he's got some upper body strength for days. Let's see what he's got here on the Pac-Man.
Now, there's a lot of technical moves that teens do see in the regular WNL season, but this is just another level. I'm trying to think back in the memory banks if I've seen Michael execute moves like this. I think this might be a new one for him.
Here we go, going for a big backswing. Oh, he was on target, just needs to be able to push it a little forwards and then yank it back. Close the gate.
I wonder if some of the athletes, like, you almost have to overshoot it just a little bit so you have enough time to push it in and pull it back. Don't know if the athletes have quite figured it out yet. Definitely a new technique.
Getting that big kip built up here for try number 2. Going forwards, clips it in, hold on tight. Still needs to dismount, and he's on out of there for that slippery salmon slider.
So Michael is now in 5th place. If he can get the clear here, he could bump up to potentially, he could actually take 2nd. Oh!
Coming down hard off of the slider there. Face plants, I think he's okay. Checking the glasses. Gonna make sure that eyewear is good to go. Steady on the sides, and again, too much on the slide. You gotta take your time, but that's gonna do it for his run. Never mind, he's gonna have 5 seconds. He wants to get a little more experience.
Ooh, going for the skip on the drum hopper. Can he get it down? Now, I think it's past his time.
Yeah, no time left on the clock, but just gets a little more hang time up there. Impressive run from the young man, putting him into 5th place currently.
Absolutely. Great run out of Michael Sherman. Always have a little bit of a home field advantage, feel more comfortable training in your own gym, competing in your own gym. It'll be interesting to see who has that control on the bar for sure as we get on here.
Coming up now is going to be Daniel Jones, coming out of the obstacle athletics. Mr. Jones here. Fun facts. Said he met Michael Bellian, and now here we are today. So apparently Michael Bellian was a huge influence on this young man. And now he's flying his way through. My goodness.
I felt the same way that I met Michael Bellian, you know.
A strong influence on ninja culture.
Bellian's great. We'll see him run a little bit later.
Nice power on the bongo bounce, no issues there, and straight away on the slider, going to hit back on that middle point and swing on through. People are starting to time that out just right.
I was just about to say that, Strat. Athletes really figuring out where you need your hips on that slider. Looks back. Everyone always looks back on that obstacle, Strat. No one exactly sure. They're like, am I good? Let me just check with Ethan.
Yeah, the balance always one you want to make sure you're clear on, and no problem on that upper body one. Daniel just cruising to this point, sub-minute. Let's see if he can get through this cliffhanger here with a couple adjustments. Changing his tech as he goes. With the reverse tech, he's transition across. Competed way back on A&W Junior Season 1. He's fast at this point, no errors yet. Wow, what a good time thus far.
He's clean to this point, and then, like you said, no fails. He is in a really good position if he can get through the Pac-Man here.
Test it out, clip it up. Opts for the other one instead.
I would definitely test this even 1 or 2 times just to really get the feel of that latch, how much it's going to click, how hard you got to push it in. Smart.
Well, that switch grip tech, one big backswing. You try to have some arch to it, going to need a little bit more forward swing. And just be ready for that transition. It's a bit of a scary obstacle because it can be a little bit of a knuckle duster. When you're pushing forwards, you can push too hard, you're going to punch that bar. Trying to adjust for try number 2. Not quite there.
get another crack at it. I mean, second place right now has 3 fails with a full clear, so your run is not over. You really got to focus in here.
Third and final. Gives it another toss and just can't get the forward momentum required to close that gate back shut.
And that is going to do it. We're going to take a quick word from our sponsors, and we'll be back in about a minute and a half. Ninja Sport Championship is brought to you by Role Model Software. They craft custom software tailored to fit your business needs, and they're also the makers of Ninja Master and Lightning CAD. Silent Ninja, check out their website for exclusive ninja holds and ninja training equipment. Celebra Family Restaurants, supporters of the Ronald McDonald House, helping families and children in need. Consider donating today. Biagi Bros, a full-service logistics company with 3PL and supply chain solutions with warehouses and truck terminals scattered across the U.S. League of Ninja Warriors, check out their website for exclusive ninja collectibles. Ocean Needs Everyone, the nonprofit organization dedicated to helping save our oceans. And Bucket of Chalk, our official chalk sponsor. Reach into the bucket and grab some chalk today.
Today, and we'd love to talk to you.
And thank you so much to all of our sponsors. We appreciate their support so much. Ninja Sport Championship would not be possible without all of them. So thank you so much to our sponsors and to our Patreons.
All right, getting ready to go. We got Willie Werig coming out of the Gravity Forge.
Willie has had some insane moves, some insane falls. There's a viral video of him going down a bar slider at center court. He was okay at the end. I really got to tell my ninjas out there, when you post a big fail, please say you're okay.
Yeah, let us know, because it's scary to watch sometimes.
Hopefully we have a little bit more luck once Willie gets to the slider.
Making his way across now that swinging lane, trying to get over for the bongo bounce. No problem on those laches. Good pull through there on that bongo. Here goes the slider. Hold tight, no viral videos today.
Easy work. I think it helps that the bar is attached to the slider.
Yeah, that's a good point. Good quick footwork there on that agility obstacle and working his way up the spine. Came in third at the World's Strongest Ninja Comp, 6th in the World's Championship. Was on A&W Junior Season 1 many moons ago. 14 and a half currently. So it's been a minute since A&W Junior Season 1, but here he is still working hard. Trying to get ready for more competitions. Nice little lead out on that cliffhanger. I'll cut out some of the hand placements, but deciding to go with that match tech.
I was taking a look at these during the rules walkthrough for Wave 1, and those are tiny little cliffhanger ledges.
Yeah,
I think they got to be using only 3 fingers when they're on those.
Especially when you're trying to match like that. He's staying locked off too, so he's burning a little more energy than required, but working his way over to the pillar. Trying to find his way out. Whew. Nice job. All right, Willie taking a breather here, trying to get some chalk, trying to dry those hands a bit. Got about a minute 15 to go.
This is such a challenging obstacle. Again, it's a new technique. You might be able to liken it similar to the bear trap obstacle movement, but that's bar tech. Those moves are typically a little bit smaller. This is a big, powerful lache.
Yeah, having that big move that's a big skip, but that seems to be the best way to do it. We'll try to get another chance at it here. He's got 2 more tries. Gonna have about 40 seconds on the clock. Try number 2. Not quite there. More on target that time, but needed a more forceful push on the ring.
I think there's a lot of different things that the athletes are probably thinking. Do I need more swing? Do I need to push my hands forward at just the right moment in time? There's a lot of different moving parts to this, and if you're figuring it out, you might focus on one thing and not remember the other. So let's hope Willie can lock it in.
Just not quite able to get the distance, but great run, young man. Keep it up.
All right, up next we have Jess Wles coming to us from pretty far away from the Train Yard 317. The first time I met Jess was actually at the Obstacle Academy NSC competition back in, gosh, that was a while ago. That was during season 1. But we've been touching base ever since. She had her first season on American Ninja Warrior this past season 14. So very excited to see her run today.
Yeah, fun fact, she flies planes and has been to 15 different countries already. Barely, just over 16 years old and already flying planes and visiting all sorts of countries. That's pretty cool. Actually wanted to be a helicopter pilot back when I was in the Army. But that is not in the cards for myself, but just on the move right now.
Well, Jess definitely has the opportunity to fly quite a bit here on this second obstacle. Some nice distances in between the bars here. Looks like she's locking it in here. Easy work on that Llaya. Oh, nice. Hopping right in. Very smooth through that second obstacle right there.
Just bongo bounce. Big pressure and keeps the legs up. Great awareness there.
Great awareness and great commitment. I think some of the competitors are struggling with how much pressure to put on that bongo, but she gets it. Oh, just missed that rope. The timing looked good. I think we just need a little more throw off the bar, and I think she'll be there. Let's hope she can.
Yeah, a little more arch. Just needs to time that kick back so she has more momentum going forward. Just try number 2.
I agree with you, Strat. A little bit more arch. I hope she locks that in for this one.
Yeah, 2 tries down. We've seen a few people manage to get it on their third and final try. You get a little more comfortable each time. Do you stick with the same technique or try something new here? Just needs a little more power, perhaps. Yeah, Jess takes early exit, not able to get through on the slider.
Now, Jess is in 4th place right now, but we have a lot of other female competitors coming up. We'll see if that holds.
Yeah, quick through the first 3. That sets her in a good position for now. Fingers crossed later on. See what we got coming up. Oliver Lutman. Oliver Lutman coming out of Grips Gym. Grips currently doing a World Ninja League competition this weekend. Busy up there. Wonder if he'll go compete on Sunday after competing here. He'll be double dipping. But here we go, Oliver swinging his way through. Come on, out looking smooth all the way through Llaya Lane. Ooh, keep those toes up. Nice job. Right away on the slider. Big pullback. Plenty of height. Kind of forcing that bar as he slides down to get into a better position. Quick feet on the balance. No worries there either.
Very smooth to this point, moving expertly through. You know, we're going to see a lot of athletes getting easily through to the Pac-Man. It really is going to come down to the Pac-Man, I think.
Oliver looking strong so far. One of the younger athletes, just over 13 years old by a few months, but putting on a strong veteran performance here. No errors yet, and a fast pace.
Yeah, and using the 180 technique easily on those cliffhangers. That's more of an advanced cliffhanger technique that just kind of showed up, I want to say, maybe a year or 2 ago when we really started seeing it used in competition.
Yeah, the twisting moves and the pirouettes and the people doing all the crazy 180 laches into continuous moves. Starting to see a lot more tech develop. But Oliver now on the Pac-Man. Not able to go.
And actually, Oliver if he had made that transfer, he wouldn't have been able to complete the obstacle because the athletes are required to use the latch function on the Pac-Man. So he's going to need to adjust for this next one.
Engage that clasp. That is the purpose of the obstacle here. Got to push and pull. And goes for the out and around again. Might just be in that mindset of, that's a typical skyhook style of move, out and around. A lot of athletes have gotten really good at that maneuver. And having that Pac-Man attack is a lot different than what he's used to.
Yeah, it's really fun when you innovate on a very familiar obstacle. You kind of have...
Not able to figure it out on that third and final try, but nice try for Oliver. But what were you saying? Yeah. Sorry, I know that happens quick.
Yeah, I was really hoping he was going to get it and I could keep talking. But when you innovate a traditional movement or a movement that athletes are really used to and you force them to do something different, it really shows a lot about the athlete's ability to adjust and their ability to control their body. It's a totally new move. You almost have to override kind of a pathway that's been formed beforehand. So love seeing that in these competitions.
All right, David Feuderin getting ready to go. David on the move. He's got 10 million views on Instagram Reel. Doing some cool stuff.
Yes, recently you may have seen him perform a flyaway flying bar transfer. This is the guy.
Legend. I remember seeing that. I'm going to have to shake this man's hand. Here he goes on bongos. Let's see if we can add to his view count on his Instagram Reels.
David has actually been competing for several years. I remember seeing him probably when he was 9 or 10 years old. Always been a strong competitor. I'm seeing this run right now. It's exactly what I would expect out of him. And to be able to have the awareness to do a flyaway flying bar transfer, I'm expecting some good things on the Pac-Man. I really am.
Well, this young man says he is self-taught, training out of his backyard and pretty much anywhere else he can get to obstacles. And that is impressive to see what he's got in the tank from just learning on his own. More of a traditional style of learning since back in the day we didn't have many places to go and had to figure it out on our own here. David looking strong thus far. He's got a good track record of other competitions. Placed 9th at the Rock Solid NSC back at our qualifier last season. Now he's wanting to increase that position. He's already in a good spot thus far. Comes the Pac-Man.
All right, here's the moment. It looks like he's thinking about it.
No flyaway,
building
maybe?
it up. Good. Ooh.
Not quite. No flyaways on this one. Gonna have to force that Pac-Man. Trying to take out the ghosts. Where you go get that power pellet. Try number 2. Twisted hips. Got the distance that time, but didn't have the power to push that latch open. So you got a question now, where does he change things up? I think his swing tech's on point. It's just a matter of timing that push power on the ring.
Looks like he's second guessing it, really trying to lock it in. Come on, David.
Just shy. Pac-Man claims another. Nice try from David. We got to give him a shout out. A flyaway, if you're not too familiar with that term, sorry folks, I know we get a little too carried away with our ninja terminology back here. Flyaway is when you are swinging and come out of that swing into a backflip and grabbing onto another object typically, or just fly away off of a bar, landing on your feet. This young man took a bar in hand, did a backflip with it in hand, and went into another cradle after completing a full backflip, which is probably a world's first.
That is legendary bar control. It is so unfortunate that he didn't make it past the Pac-Man and onto the flying bar obstacle that we have here.
And coming up now is going to be old Kevin Carbone, the Maker Ninja. He's been making obstacles now for a good couple of years. First season on American Ninja Warrior. He was put on the spotlight because he pretty much changed a lot of different techniques by introducing the wing nuts and coming up with a lot of new obstacles since then. He's been developing obstacles and going around the country trying to build out facilities and help design new obstacles for people to try.
Whenever I see Kevin at a competition, I know there is going to be something interesting to execute. I think the most recent one that I remember is the Ferox comp. He created the spider web. That was a pretty interesting one. A lot of people excited about it. But now we get to see the Maker Ninja show us how to do some obstacles.
Kevin's always been an explosive guy. I remember when he first jumped on the scene way back at Ninja Quest in Atlanta. Strong athlete, used to play tennis. Had a lot of quick agility back then and just been able to transition that into power. Coming on through, looking strong thus far. But too quick on the lily pad transfer.
I was going to say, one thing I've always noticed about Kevin is he's always pushing the envelope. Any sort of training session he's in, he's always trying to go for a crazier move, pushing something to the limit. I think that's going to do well for him on the Pac-Man.
One little slip up on the balance so far. Going to try to pick it up the pace a little bit by skipping that first steering wheel for a quick drop down. Getting a little squirrely on the dismount, but able to secure it. See what we do here on the clips. Going for the match tech. Feels more comfortable going for matching on the sides. Just a quick little transfer across.
And we just saw the crossover technique, which is also another new tech we've seen show up recently. I don't know if I like it yet, to be totally honest with you, but it is effective.
He's got their own personal flair to however they can get through those obstacles. Let's see what we got here for.
Oh.
Trying to go up.
We were talking earlier about whether or not we would see any athletes go for the up move. It almost adds another layer of technique to an already very technical obstacle because you have to purchase the ring perfectly on the edge of that pipe.
Ooh, good power out of Kevin. And gets the dismount, able to figure it out, got the thumbs up. Great job, Mr. Carbone. On to the slippery salmon slider.
Choosing to go forward grip here.
Ooh. Overshot. You can't overshoot on these. There's no backstop on this salmon ladder.
Now, I do like the forward grip if you're confident in it for this because it does give you better control, easier control of the bar. All right, hopefully we'll get to see Kevin execute onto the slider with that. When both hands are facing forward, you'll move a little bit more evenly at the same time, but it does look like he's going to switch grip now.
Oh, little hung up here by skipping one. He's really in a precarious position here and tried to adjust, not quite able to figure it out, and that's going to be his third and final. That does it for Mr. Carbone.
Now, oh dear, look out, Kevin.
Hi, my name's Enzo D. Ferrari Wilson, and I am the founder of the Ocean Conservation Organization, Ocean Needs Everyone, and we are proud to be a sponsor for Ninja Sport Championship Season 2. I'm here to tell you today about 3 reasons why you should help the ocean. 1, there's so much left to discover in the ocean. 91% of marine species are still undiscovered. 2, if we don't help soon, there's a projection that by 2050 there will be more plastic in the ocean than fish. 3, without the ocean, we wouldn't even be here right now because it gives us 65% of our oxygen. So even if you don't live near an ocean, go out and pick up some trash because it will.
Technique. So I think we should see her breeze through the 4th obstacle. We got to get there first, easily through obstacle 1. Emily Gardner's been competing quite a bit in the WNL scene recently. So powerful. Really excellent commitment to big moves.
Great tech swinging all the way through. Just knew exactly where to put those hands on each movement. Bongo bounce. Think we're okay. Needs to get the dismount.
Now we're moving on to that slider technique. Here we go. Let's see if she can get it first try. That'll put her in great position.
Oh, great choke up on that bar. Awesome work.
I expected nothing less out of her today. On to the agility.
Nice job.
Now, if Emily completes this obstacle, might be difficult. She is a shorter athlete. These are some pretty big reaches, but if she gets through here, she has 0 fails to this point. This will move her into first place. Excellent power.
Yeah, Good use of her swing here to try to take out some of the pull power required.
And look at the pace right now. She is, to this point, in 1 minute and 10 seconds, comparable to what we've seen a lot of the male athletes do. Excellent execution. Now, I'm really excited because if we can get Emily through this, we're going to get to take a look at our split for the female athletes. After the cliffhangers, we venture off into 2 new obstacles for the females. Hoping we're going to get a chance to take a look at that.
Going with the cliffhanger here. Saw her slamming those forearms, trying to fight through any lactic acid buildup that might be happening already. Staying locked off, but opening up here for this bigger swing.
More technical move. I wish she was looking a little more comfortable. Ah, she gets it. Fantastic. Now we just need this dismount.
Notice how she separated her hands a little bit. Trying to get a more swing. And nice transition to that pillar. Wants to get that point for the clear.
Now we have about 50 seconds left on the clock. She was on those cliffhangers for a long time. She's going to want to rest up just a little bit. There is going to be a fingertip grab at the end of this obstacle here. Now our first look at the back portion of the female course.
Yeah, they got to go from this preloaded flying squirrel into a X marks the spot into a sideways dismount.
Emily is looking a little bit gassed right now. Those upstarts.
Gonna be a tough move here to get up that high and be able to hold on for that drop. 20 seconds to go.
We need a lot of height here to grab that. Oh, just not quite enough height in the swing. I don't know if we're going to have enough time for another attempt. It's going to be close.
May at least want to get a hand on that flying squirrel to feel that swing out a little bit more. That time remaining. The drop down. Tough break. We're going to take a look back at one of the moves here that she did. See how tough of an up move this is to that X marks the spot. Just shy of the grab.
You are really going to want to have your hips really high for that move.
Impressive run, putting her into first place. Coming up now is going to be Gary Park, training out of the danger zone. Alongside Sam and Phil Folsom and Tyler Smith in the barn. Scary Gary, what he likes to go off by.
Scary Gary, we have seen this guy pretty much every competition that we've done, Strat. He's all over the place.
Yeah, big supporter of these competitions, and it's great to see him out here. Always rocking the green headband. He's just been improving every time I've seen him at these comps.
Oh, no!
Uncharacteristic slip up off of that Llaya.
Extremely uncharacteristic, Strat. Oh, no!
Just happened to catch it a little open-handed. See if he can clean it up for the rest, but that's going to put him in a tough spot.
Yeah, I mean, we saw him compete last month at Bucket of Chalk. He did really well there, made it to stage 2. That was really uncharacteristic slip. Let's see if Gary can recover.
Pushing his way through here for the bongo bounce.
Based on the leaderboard right now, though, Strat, I mean, if he can get past the Pac-Man, he's still fine.
See his tech here on the slider. No, stayed balled up a little too much. That changes his center of gravity severely.
Yeah, you can see his elbows were kind of locked off 90 degrees. I think you really want your arms to be long there. Give yourself a little bit more of a pendulum to build up that power.
And that midpoint of the track is when you want to kick back and try to throw. Still pulling a little too early.
Yeah, you can see his elbows. He's holding at 90 degrees. Don't listen to Akbar on this one. You don't want those L's here, Strat.
No L's, Mr. Akbar. Not this one time around.
You want to be long enough. Go long here.
Come on, Gary. Think he bottomed out, maybe?
Yeah, he knows it.
Sadly unable to get that one, but takes a bow. Gary, always good to see you out here.
I do got to shout out Gary real quick, one of our Patreon supporters. We really appreciate him so much, and all of our other Patreons. It makes these streams happen. So,
yep. Gary's been putting in the work. He's shooting to take the top spot at all the Master League competition he goes to in all the WNLs. So good luck with that challenge, good sir. We'll see you at the next one, hopefully. Coming up now, Lucas Realei.
Lucas Realei, our oldest competitor last week, 2 weeks ago at Austin Ninjas in the top 10 at 24 years old. Is that 25? Yes. These teens absolutely dominating these NSN events.
He's the elder statesman at that competition in the top 10. Let's see how he performs today, moving quickly. He's been on a tear as of late.
And I was talking to him earlier, Strat, and he was saying he was the first 19-year-old accepted onto American Ninja Warrior during that season. And to go from being there to being the oldest competitor 2 weeks ago was quite a shock for him.
My goodness, he's running the gambit and running right through that agility obstacle. No hiccups as of yet. Lucas putting in the work. Bit of a slip, but okay. Going to adjust and keep moving. Got a lot of experience competing. 5 times on American Ninja Warrior. A 5-time finalist, excuse me. 6-time WNL finalist. Made it to stage 3 on American Ninja Warrior. No easy task. Moving on now for the cliffhanger. Take that chance to bump over a little bit and go for that twist here.
Yeah, that year that he made it to stage 3 was the same year that you and I made it to stage 3, Strat.
Back in 2019.
I do remember watching him compete throughout stages 1, 2, and 3 and just kind of watching, trying to follow his movements and just being really impressed by the way that he attacked the course.
Yeah, he owns TA Fitness up in Plymouth. Coaches out of there. Trying to raise up that next generation Pac-Man attack. And caught it, but couldn't hold on. Thankfully, that ring stayed on long enough so it didn't come down on him as he was recovering from that drop. Try number 2, just need to maintain that grip for the impact.
He really wants to go 2 for 2 here. Was top 10 in Austin Ninjas 2 weeks ago.
Not enough momentum, needs a little bit more power. Takes a big breath.
And when I was talking to him earlier, Strat, he did talk to me about how he does really enjoy technical courses. He feels like technical courses really suit his skill set. So he was excited about the Pac-Man. I really hope he gets it here.
Pushing forwards. Open but not closed today. Sorry, Lucas. Man, it was a great run. Still got a smile on his face, keeping that attitude in a good place. You know he's going to be adding that to the fuel for the fire to push on forwards, and man, so close. Nice try, Lucas. Coming up now is going to be Tom Albertie. Trains out of the Hamden Ninja Academy. 7 years of experience, coaches ninja, and designs obstacles. It's been over, he's seen over 150 concerts. My goodness, hopefully his hearing's A-okay. Can't do concerts nowadays, man. I go to bed before my main stage hits the stage.
Most ninjas are listening to a concert in their ears when they run, but I don't see any earbuds. So it looks like Tom is just going to be going with the flow of whatever the crowd's feeling.
Yeah, Tom, strong athlete. We've seen him at several other competitions in the past, performing well. 3rd place at the Gauntlet Pro Tournament. As of late, good kip through with the slider.
Has really just had a slow build in his skill and execution over the years. I remember seeing him compete in the WNL for the first time a couple of years ago. Just really exploded. Has had some great performances, very consistent as well.
Now he trains alongside Mr. Moravski, Mike Bellian, Thomas Albertie, and Will Sleglier as well. I'm going to butcher your last name a lot, my friend. I still got to work on that enunciation. I know.
Will Schlageter.
Schlageter, that's the way.
Will Schlageter, actually an excellent commentator as well. Unfortunate he's out there on the course.
You can see him perched up there in the top right of your screen, helping out reset those obstacles as needed. They're working late, trying to make sure everything's good to go. Tom on a good pace right now. No misses as of yet. Let's see what we got on the Pac-Man. Big backswing. Oh, great tech there. Like the little back scoop he did, and able to get that clasp open and closed.
I would expect nothing less out of Tom. He's a very thoughtful athlete, probably takes after Joe Moravski and just watching the athletes and really planning out his movements. You know, he probably watched every single person attack Pac-Man to come up with that perfect plan.
Watch these corners. Real methodical here, as you said. I like what he's trying to put pressure onto one side instead, so there's not as much of a chance to slide backwards, potentially. A little bit of a beta break, gets the buzzer, incredible time. just at around 2 minutes. We're going to see a little bit of a replay from Mr. Tom Albertie. Full clear, no errors. Excellent work. It's to the end.
And we'll see if his time bumps him ahead of Colton. All right.
Not quite.
Not quite.
From the updated leaderboard. We'll take a look back at it in a bit, but he was just under, or just around 2 minutes. Not quite able to bump out that first place spot. And Abby Clark getting ready to go on to the platform.
We mentioned Joe Kappo and the way he trains his athletes and just his flow and his consistency. Abby Clark, it's Joe Kappo. They train together. Same type of consistency in performance. Really excited to see her flow through this here. Her flow is honestly one of the best in the game in the female field.
Strong work here on Llaya Lane. Able to keep that swing going through smoothly.
Another thing, too, that I think is going to be a huge benefit for Abby is she has great endurance as well. Oh,
A little low on the bongo bounce. Needs to be a little bit higher up. We've seen that happen to a couple other athletes. Just need to have that pressure all the way onto that bongo before pushing off.
Abby has been a competitor for, she's been on the scene at least for 10 years at this point. And so she's not going to let that fail. Get in her head.
Oh, great tech there on
excellent.
the kick back. I think we're good. Kept it up. Okay, nice job. Hard to tell from our angle, but the judges gave her the thumbs up and we're moving on.
A little bit behind Emily Gardner's pace to this point. But like I said, that endurance she has, I think that's really going to do well for her. And I do expect to see some really efficient moves through the cliffhangers as well. That might actually bring her to a comparable time once she completes that to where Emily was. And hopefully that endurance holds out for her so that she can get through those final 2 obstacles.
She's got some experience competing on the show. She's got 5 seasons under her belt. Made it to Vegas finals twice, once in season 10 and once recently here in season 14. We go now through this cliffhanger with lots of time remaining.
And she's fully extended here, really trusting in that fingertip strength that she has. Gets the easy turnaround move. Actually, that's not an easy turnaround move. She made it look very easy.
Quick transfer off of that obstacle for a good time, and going to have a chance to get at least 2 tries here, I believe.
And so she does have the 1 fail. So even though she got a little bit faster than Emily, she's going to have to complete this obstacle. Oh!
And that was a great tech there. I don't know if you've noticed, but when she transferred to that flying squirrel, was able to catch it on the backswing, kind of preload her swing here. But let's see how the ice picks go. This is the first look at it for today. She's got to work her way up with those dynos.
Looking strong. We've got 1 more big move here, and now it's all about the placement of the ice pick.
Hold tight.
1 more big hop over, and now,
Don't know if that counts for the dismount. That's such a hard move to make. They have to go all the way to that blue platform. Impressive work. We're going to take a look back, though. Great job, Abby. That's going to put her into first place.
So close to a full clear. She had all the power in the world, but this slide down,
tough
just at the very end of your endurance, really have to hold on tight. There is no grip tape on that cane, and those canes can be pretty slippery.
That's such a cool obstacle. Cane tech is something that's just continuing to develop, and now you've got to go into special delivery type slots with the cane. Come on, man. This is so much more complicated. Here we go. Next one up. Next athlete on the floor.
Jonathan Godbbout. Athlete I know pretty well. He and I train together at Ultimate Obstacles, and we design courses together pretty regularly. He usually doesn't let me put balance obstacles in, which makes me upset, but that's okay. We've come to a good compromise over the years.
Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite him on some of these balance obstacles. But looking strong so far.
Now, John has been in college this year, so hasn't been training quite as...
Oh my goodness, just leaping past the balance.
going to say, hasn't been training quite as often as he did when he was training for A&W, but still looking incredibly strong here. No fails to this point, and making it to the cliffhangers in just under a minute. Excellent time.
And moving good. He's got some experience. Season 13 finalist that year. Season 14 competed. He was back on season 1 and season 2 of A&W Junior. A lot of experience growing up with the sport.
We mentioned music and concerts. John just joined a band called Devitalized. He's their drummer. I'm sure he would want you guys to go check that out.
Ah, very cool.
And
see another rock star in the mix.
I'm trying to think of a way to connect Rockstar to Pac-Man, but I don't have it, Strat.
Oh man, yeah, this isn't Guitar Hero. This is
there we
a
go.
little bit more on the analog stick. And
oh, he has that. Just needs to extend those arms a little bit more, and he'll have that move. Hopefully, he realizes that's what he needs to do.
Got a 15-foot Llaya in the tank. According to his bio, I believe it with the power that he just showed there. Just needs to get this finesse. Oh, a little too high that time. He went to try to scoop it in at that curved portion of the hook. You don't have much time to really decide when you're in midair like that. Just got to try to reposition it almost immediately after that Llaya. Third and final throw. Unfortunate there for Jonathan. Strong run to that point, but the Pac-Man has proven to be everybody's enemy today.
It is Michael Bellian, everyone. I would just like to note, when Jonesy Ninja was running, he said he met Michael Bellian, and now he's here. I'm pretty sure Jonesy Ninja started competing in Ninja before Michael Bellian. Cannot confirm that 100%, but I did want to throw that out there just for the accuracy of the stream.
Yeah. Never know how these athletes, they like to troll each other sometimes with these bios. I never know what to say sometimes. It's good to have some backstory on these guys. Mr. Bellian representing the Wide Gang right now, rocking that barn shirt. Trying to map out his course here.
Michael has been on a journey with his training plan, has had a lot of different strategies, a lot of different ideas. I got to say, some of the obstacles he puts together in his, works at Brooklyn Ninja, I believe. Just really interesting technical things. He was recently doing a dyno up to slopers, but they were on a rotating board and he flipped it around. So I think that will benefit him when he gets to Pac-Man. Weird moves like that. But let's get him to Pac-Man first.
Getting through these Llaya's here.
Nice flow so far.
Transitioning to the bongos. Oh, could have just dismounted right away, but took that extra swing for safety. Right away onto the slider. Little kickback.
Nice set.
Oh, beautiful grab. Let's see this tech on these lily pads. Oh, 1, 2, 3, no need for the other ones for the dismount. Oh, big reach there, just skipping through. Just move quick. Big fan of these hybrid style courses. Really put on all the skills to the test.
And a great pace up until this point. He's got a legendary grip, something I would love to see on a burnout course.
Yeah, just monkey bars his way through those last two cliff ledges. And here we got the Pac-Man. I want to see if we got the tech required. He's got the power, clearly. But that tech is going to be put to the test.
I think this is something right up his alley. Ooh, that was so incredibly close. Just kind of slipped off the front of the skyhook. I think if he throws that again with just a little bit more push, I think he'll have it.
Let's. Right, Mr. Bellian, come on, try number 2. clicking in. Not quite there. Perhaps just a little off to the side. You can see him checking the knuckles.
I think
punched the bar a bit.
I think his power, he had a lot of forward momentum. I think he just needed to yank it back towards himself, but that still might have pulled him off the front. Let's see if he can lock it in.
Not going to get it. Incredible time, but not able to move on.
Have you ever experienced extremely sweaty hands? Not knowing where to step on agility? Being unlucky on special delivery? Or being absolute trash at double delivery? Then Bucket of Chalk is the right chalk for you. Side effects may include extremely grippy hands, even after washing them. Always know where to step on agility. Adds a bit of extra luck on special deliveries, and it tastes like success.
Hi, my name's Ferrari Wilson, and I am the founder of the ocean conservation organization Ocean Needs Everyone, and we are proud to be a sponsor for Ninja Sport Championship Season 2. I'm here to tell you today about 3 reasons why you should help the ocean. 1. There's so much left to discover in the ocean, 91% of marine species are still undiscovered. 2. If we don't help soon, there's a projection that by 2050, there will be more plastic in the ocean than fish. 3. Without the ocean, we wouldn't even be here right now because it gives us 65% of our oxygen. So even if you don't live near an ocean, go out and pick up some trash because it will make a difference. And one final bonus reason why you should save the ocean is because it's nice and refreshing.
At Roll 1, we believe software development should be learned like any other craft.
All right, next athlete's up. That quick commercial break. Always big shout out to all our sponsors and everyone here supporting what we're trying to do with the Ninja Sport Network. Sean Arms getting ready to go. Coming out of Vitality Obstacle Fitness, yet another from that camp. Just around 14 and a half years old, 105 pounds. That's about how much I weighed my freshman year of high school. Let's see what he's got in the tank.
Sean Arms, you might ask, is that actually his last name or is that a nickname? It is both. His last name actually is Arms, and he's been on the competitive scene since he was in the mature kids division. Always been a dominant player in the New England area, but now he is playing with the Elite Ninjas. And he's had a couple of competitions where he's gone up against these athletes before. Done pretty well, but I think we want to see him do extra well today to get into that top 10. Flying through so far, though.
Nice grab, getting on out of there. 1, 2, 3. Wow, great jump off of that second step directly onto that lid pad. That's a bit of a risk, but falling forwards, sometimes you got to stumble uphill to make it a little further. That's exactly what he did, trying to find his way down.
This is a great run for Sean so far. Again, I think the promising runs are going to be the ones where you get to the cliffhangers with no fails, under a minute. That's going to really set you up for success, give you time to figure out the Pac-Man. Look at those 180s. Look at them.
Yeah, just chilling up there, relaxing for that reverse throw, and one hands it. Wants a little bit more safety for the dismount. No problems for Sean thus far. Got some breathing room here, but this is everybody's nemesis.
Now at Vitality, they do train some interesting, weird, sketchy moves, but I do not think they have done anything similar to this type of movement.
Let's go, Sean.
Need to really crank that backswing.
Clicks it in, there it is. Nice job, Sean. Going for the dismount and gets on through thus far. No error, he's got one more to go. Skyrockets him into 4th place. Great time thus far, wants to get both of these bars on the track.
We haven't seen a bar slider in a comp in a long time. These dismounts, super tricky.
Let's see if he tries to use that beta. We saw Tom go with that side shimmy, but staying centered.
Oh.
No, split the difference. Going to have to reset.
Now, a lot of ninjas have really solid slider tech where they'll pop their chest forward and then use that momentum to get all the way to the end and link the dismount. But these bars are so finicky, it's so slippery. You can see that bar sliding all over the place.
Yeah, not much room on the sides for air. Is going to be looking for this next move. Does decide to shimmy over like we saw Tom, and puts more pressure onto one side. Might give him more control for this dismount. And there it is in buzzer with time to spare. Mr. Sean Arms getting into third place.
Fantastic run out of Sean.
See the whole crowd over there giving him the support. Awesome to see. Coming up next is going to be Llaya Nathansson. Coming out of the Rock Solid Warrior Camp in North Carolina.
Llaya surprised me last season. I can't remember which competition it was, but I just saw her out there competing and just absolutely crushing it. Really a strong competitor, has a solid technique base.
Yep, she's got some experience in other sports. She's high school gymnast, cheerleader, and pole vaulter, and wants to get into the stunts, into the stunt world. It's a tough business to get into, but definitely getting a good start right now, learning how to maneuver her body in various ways. Here we go through obstacle 1, no issues for that Lachey lane. It's on A&W last year, I believe, as a semifinalist. Top 20 for NSC Season 1. Good job on Lachey lane. Check this bongo bounce out. Oh, nice power coming out of the gate there.
One thing I really like about Llaya is just her confidence in her movement. You saw that on obstacle 2, obstacle 3. It looks like she's got a plan here for timing out, popping her hips back. Looking,
Just a little shy. Had the tech for it, just needed the timing for the power.
Yeah, the timing on that release is really tricky. The athletes that you see shooting up, they're going just a little bit too late.
Try number 2.
We'll see if she...
Oh, got the distance, but the grip quite wasn't there. Oh, might have a little bit of a... She's shaking the hand. Think we might have had a cuticle rip. I know that feeling, or some rope burn. Just grabbing onto the rope and trying to hold on tight. You see her looking down at it. Might have ripped a fingernail. Not the best feeling, but going to drive on through the pain here.
Here it is.
Digging deep.
Yes.
Get out of town. Nice job looking back at the hands. You know she's in pain. But showing the heart of a champion here, pushing through and right back onto the hands. Not letting it bug her too much.
Llaya has moved into 4th place right now. That positions her well for finals, but you know she's going to want to try to get a few more obstacles under her belt. Hopefully that hand is doing okay.
It's a big pull here. Come on, Llaya. Bad bit of a back flop there. She's going to shake it out. Got about a minute remaining.
And these reaches are pretty significant here, but I wonder if that hand is impacting her more, because I do think that that's a move that she's definitely capable of. We'll have to touch base with her later and see what happened on that hand.
Going with the side tech instead. It's going to be a little tougher for the swing to get enough momentum built up. Just a little shy again. She'll have time for one more try, but every time she drops, she's taking a look at that hand. Hopefully she'll get that taken care of. Her final attempt. Digging deep here. Oh, got a touch on it, but not quite. That's going to do it for her official time, and she's going to drop on down. Great save off of the slider. Had to dig deep through some pain there. Hopefully she's all right.
All right, stepping on up is another athlete coming to us from Ninja Mania. Ninja Mania. There's another gym called Jim Maynard, and I definitely just mixed the two of those up. But Xavier is an exciting athlete, one of the fastest in his division. I've seen him do some crazy things with flying bars. It's giving me some excitement for him when he gets to Pac-Man. And I say when, he definitely will get there.
I like the X-Men logo he's rocking, Xavier. School for the Gifted. Represent the X-Men crew. Starts swinging his way through. Hoping to be an engineer one day. He's engineering a good run thus far on the first few obstacles. Let's see what he's got for this bongo bounce off to the side. Good commitment there, easily done.
What I like about what I'm seeing here is that Xavier is looking very controlled. He is an athlete that likes to go fast. Occasionally he'll take some risks for the speed, but it looks like he's really locked in at this point. Just wants to execute to get into that finals round.
Ooh, shaking the hand a little bit with a grimace on his face. Not sure if that's something that just maybe grabbed wrong when he was up there, tweaked something in his hand. Oh no, yeah, shaking the arm. Something's up with the shoulder potentially. Not a good sign. Not sure if that's a previous injury or just pushing through, maybe tweak something on the move up. But hopefully he can fight through that and see if he's okay.
Yeah, especially watching the technique that he has here, I am wondering if he's feeling okay. I think I would have expected him to do the 180 turnarounds actually, but he might be just guarding that shoulder, keeping it close. I do see some KT tape peeking out through the sleeve there.
Yeah, maybe he's fighting through something. Yeah, he's grabbing on with just one hand. Shoulder work is important in the sport of ninja, having proper mobility training, and man, it's an aggressive sport. You gotta take care of those shoulders.
Yeah, and this is the Xavier that I'm used to seeing. He's usually super on fire, moving from one obstacle quickly to the next. Definitely taking a little bit more caution here. Getting down on time. If he wants to move into top 10, he's going to have to complete this obstacle. Interesting.
He's going to get told he's got to use that clasp. He can't just do it like a skyhook. It's got to be engaged. Let's see what he decides to do here. Might go with a sideways tech.
Maybe?
Whoa, not quite able to get there. Maybe slamming it off to the side might be an easier method.
I think that could work because it's similar to a skyhook move where you have a solid ring and you loop it around the front. So a bit more of a familiar movement for a lot of these athletes. I think if it works, you might see a few others give that an attempt. But needed a little more power on that last one.
It takes out that question too. Oh, hold tight. You can see it's barely holding on, and he's out of there. Gets the clear. Impressive stuff. Sideways move. Able to work out for him. Oh, quick move up that salmon track. Didn't pan out, but that's going to do it for his time. Great job.
And that has moved him into 7th place. We'll see if that holds. Got quite a few other strong male athletes coming a little bit later in the wave. We'll see if he's able to hold on to that final spot.
This is runner number 59 out of around 76, I believe, 75 or so. So we're getting close to our last. We're in the teens now of runners, and on the platform, Jackson Aeros coming out of the Gravity Forge. Getting ready to go. A&W Junior champion, back when he was on A&W Junior. WNL Finals world champion as well.
Jackson Aeros absolutely annihilated the teen division at World Championships last season. Just on another level when it comes to speed and technique execution. I am expecting a full clear out of this athlete.
Well, he's got great taste in music, rocking that Foo Fighters t-shirt there. It's one of my favorite bands. So good on him for rocking the old Foo. Let's see. Jackson chilling out there right now. What we like to call getting put on ice sometimes in the business. Gotta stand out there a little bit longer than you'd like. That's when those nerves kind of start to get kicked up, but it didn't take too long to thaw them out and get them ready to go. Takes one last big breath. Try to get those nerves in check. Jackson Aeros getting ready to go.
I know one thing Jackson would want us to talk about. He's a huge advocate for mental health. I actually went to a competition he ran at the Gravity Forge not that long ago, raising money for suicide awareness. Always wants to let people know to call that 988 number if you are struggling. And Jackson has said his DMs are always open if you need someone to talk to. So definitely want to highlight that. Very phenomenal athlete and a phenomenal human as well.
Moving smoothly through the course thus far. No errors as of yet, and getting off of that quick balance obstacle into these pulls coming up into the spines.
30 seconds.
Moving quick. Making short work. Wonder what his favorite Foo Fighter song is. I'm going to have to ask him when his run is done. Going for those 180 turns.
Excellent.
Nice little hop there. Good transition over.
Less than a minute to the last two obstacles.
Hold on tight. He's got 2 more obstacles to go.
Let's go, Jack. You got it.
Trying to figure out the way to do this. Which way is he going to go? Up and in. Taking a second to collect himself, and here we go. First attempt. Big back pull. Not enough forward into the hook. Got to make sure it clasps.
It's a really complicated move. You have to be aggressive enough to get it to latch into place, but not so aggressive that you shoot your momentum completely past the sky hook. Lots of finesse on this move here.
You don't know exactly when it's going to click in. He's not quite able to get it on the second try. He's got one more attempt. Plenty of time. See if he can figure it out. Third and final, not quite able to get that move. Jackson, great run, but the Pac-Man claims another.
Luke Dillon now stepping up.
All right, Mr. Luke Dillon getting ready to go. Coming out of that Vitality Obstacle Fitness crew.
Luke trains at Vitality Obstacle Fitness. Sean Arms, our most recent clear, got the technique on the Pac-Man. So hopefully those training buddies have been talking and sharing technique with one another.
Giving them some beta. Always good to share a beta, especially with your training partners when you know what each other are capable of. And we're off. Still on the move. Some big, powerful moves here on the Llaya lane. Get on out of there. Great underbar tech to skip on through. Bongo bounce, keeping those feet up. Into that slider, coming on down and through. Plenty of momentum. Takes a second to collect himself before these lily pads. And big leap there. Good power. Be able to push through, skip what he needs to.
This is actually, the speed that he's displaying right now is comparable to what we just saw out of Jackson. Only about 30 seconds on the clock. Completing the spine. Moving right into those cliffhangers.
Oh yeah, not taking any breaks here. Gonna go for that 180 tech. Incredible pace and nice just transitions out all the way through. Sub-minute to this point. Plenty of time.
Luke had a good season, got a buzzer on A&W this past season, but did not have the performance he wanted in Vegas. And so he said he's coming back. The job's not done yet, and it looks like the training he's been putting in really paying off.
First attempt, pushing in, locking it on the way down. Nice job. Nice stab at the vertical portion of that bar, and then rode it down for that hook. Let's see how he does on the final obstacle, this slippery salmon slider.
Lots of flying bar obstacles always set up at Vitality. Oh,
unfortunate miss. That last one is a little higher. Just undershot that left side.
And we haven't talked as much about this obstacle. We've been really focused on Pac-Man. But this is also an obstacle that requires a good amount of finesse. You got to have enough power to get the bar up, but you need to place it onto those pads. There's not anything that's holding it in place.
Nice technique here, going to that side, just like we saw Tom really setting that standard. Watch that other side, though. It can still slip on you. Needs to commit to that pressure and dismount falling forwards. Great job. Putting him in third place, Mr. Luke Dillon. Excellent performance. Here's a look at our overall leaderboard as it all stands right now. Colton still sitting at the top of the pack with that 1 minute 50-second time. This leaderboard brought to you by the Silent Ninja. And always good to see where everybody stacks up for the leaderboard. Next up, we got Jordan Carr getting ready to go.
This is going to be an exciting run. I haven't seen Jordan Carr compete a lot this season, but certainly very familiar with her abilities. Very fluid athlete, training to be a pole vaulter, working in that sport, so that body control is definitely something that is going to benefit her here.
Moving on now for this bongo bounce. Good pressure off of there. Swinging on through.
And this is kind of a return to home for Jordan. She won NSC last year for the females. So looking to punch her ticket back to the championship.
Great tech on that balance. You got a coach such as Flip Rodriguez. That's a good one to have. Training hard. Skills being put on display right now.
A huge benefit that Jordan has is just her mental focus. She's an athlete that, again, really just thinks about her movements, plans them out, and then executes.
Taking a second here to collect herself a little bit before this cliffhanger. Got about a minute and a half coming up. No errors as of yet. Just trying to get a little further into it.
Ooh. And I don't know if you guys could see that on the stream, but she just had, I think, 2 fingers on that cliffhanger.
Pinkies are popping off. Oh, man, yeah, just opted to go with the side-to-side tech. Digging deep for those moves. Making it work.
She was looking pretty comfortable with only having a couple of fingers on there.
Great job, yeah. Knowing the technique that's going to work best for you. Awesome work there. Coming down to 1 minute remaining. Let's see if we can get this in one.
She's going to need to be perfect through both of these obstacles in order to get the full clear. I think you're going to need a little bit more time. Setting the link, nice job. Got to build up that height to get the grab on these X's. Ooh.
Not quite able to get the timing just right for the up move. We have enough time for another try. Here we go. Final attempt. Tried to go for that back swing. Catching so her hips are back when she catches, but the early drop like that, she'll have enough time for one more attempt. Oh, going with the static instead to start.
Interesting decision here. I'm worried about where it sets her hands.
Yeah. Tough move there for Jordan, but still a strong run puts her into second place.
Paul Woods is going to be our next runner. He's walking over to the start platform. Paul Woods, another Vitality Obstacle Fitness athlete, has quite the impressive resume. I was commentating at a competition and I forgot he was a world champion. He was not very pleased with me. So I will not do that this time around. But yes, an impressive resume and just a very well-rounded athlete. I do think that Paul could execute and clear this course.
Well, Paul, I'm rooting for you, my friend, because in his bio he said he hasn't touched any junk food or dessert since March of 2020. He's not going to have any ice cream until he makes it to the national, to the Ninja Sport Championships in the finals. Some good motivation right there. Making it quick through on the bongo bounce.
I'm pretty sure even after that, he still won't have ice cream. That is the discipline that this young man has.
Good landing out of the slider. 1, 2, 3. Coming on down. Good landing. Gets that thumbs up and moving through. Climbing up this spine.
Great pace to this point as well.
Nice landing. Let's see what we got on these cliffhangers. A lot of good pace. Wants to have some breathing room for those final 2 obstacles.
Oh, not looking as comfortable here as I'd like to see, but gritting through it, getting to those larger cliffhangers.
Kicking that pillar just to get a little more swing to help with the dismount, and shimmies on over. Rocking those Neighborhood Ninja pie pants. I don't know Neighborhood Ninjas. They're a great group that's been trying to provide a lot more resources for other ninjas out there in their own neighborhoods, trying to put a playground together right now, still doing fundraisers and whatnot.
Yes, Neighborhood Ninjas actually just completed their pull-ups for playground fundraiser, raising money to build a playground in Delaware to make our sport more accessible. Awesome that Paul is a supporter. I was hoping to follow that up with awesome that he got the Pac-Man move, but we're going to have to do that our second time around.
Trying to go for that out and around like a typical skyhook, which is not allowed. Remember, they have to engage that clasp. Has to open and close. Pushing forwards, open it, yank it back to close it up shut. There it is, just like we saw Luke do a second ago. Impressive work. Gets it clear, but 50 seconds to go. The slippery salmon slider.
The bar tech should be there, just a matter of execution. You see him going with that switch grip.
Shimmying closer to the edge here. Let's see if he decides to shimmy over yet again. We're seeing more and more utilize that side to try to keep that bar from sliding backwards. And get to the finish. Gets the landing and the buzzer. Paul Woods jumping up into 5th place. Nicely done.
And that is our 6th clear today?
It's a good question. They're flying through. They're starting to figure out that Pac-Man and that salmon ladder slider. Starting to figure it out a lot. And here we go. A storm's a-brewing.
Ladies and gentlemen, Joe Moravski, the weatherman.
Let's see if anybody could predict his run. Joe.
Well, don't try to predict it because it'll probably be wrong.
Where's the green screen? We got a cold front coming through. Let's see if Joe can.
Joe will not predict his own run beforehand. That's for sure.
Joe looking pretty serious out there right now. Longtime competitor, been in the game for 10 years. He's been on the show a whole bunch. Last Ninja standing multiple times.
He's an absolutely impressive athlete. He's certainly one of the best of the sport. Always fun to watch compete.
Definitely developed a lot as the sport has grown. Now, family man, multiple kids, working here at the gym. Head coach here at this location. Working his way through. Big old leap, skipping that bongo entirely.
Goes to the big jump. Not surprised. He's got good hops.
Good tech on the slide down, striding his way through the balance. No issues there either. Just looking for the climb up. Trying to power through here. And skipping the last nice little sideways lâché in order to get that dismount right away. Sub-minute to this point.
It's one thing that Joe has always been so good at is just getting on and off obstacles really quickly. He's so good at conserving energy, not making any extra moves.
Some transitions here on the cliffs. Nice little turnaround. Wants to try to get that dismount a little off angle, but gets onto that pillar. Good clear there. Time of the Pac-Man. Let's see what we got. Trying to test out that spring, see how much it's going to really resist when he tries to put it into place. First attempt for Mr. Joe is hopefully his first and only required. Go try number 1. Had the power going forwards, but just too much so. Shot off that front end. Looks like he's taking a look down at his hands. Might have punched it a little bit. Try number 2. Ooh, and now we're in the danger zone. Joe on the cusp of getting eliminated from the competition here at his home gym. No, he won't hear the end of it from his staff if he doesn't make it into the finals. Come on, Joe. Let's see what you got. Last attempt here.
Come on, Joe. See if you can lock it in.
Not able to figure it out.
Not able to quite lock it in. And let's see if we can go back to a replay here.
Overshot. That first one might have been his best one, but just too much power.
Let's see. You can see the slow motion replay here as he goes up. Doesn't quite get the ring in deep enough.
It's like a sweet spot on that ledge, on that arm. You have to hit it just right. Make sure it opens up all the way. We go from one Joe to another. Mr. Meisner getting ready to go now. Joe, a super fan of the show. He's been watching Sasuke for a long time. Always good to see these diehard fans rocking that Stage 4 tower on his shirt. Mr. Meisner on the move.
Man, I remember Joe from the time he was just a little kid.
Xavier blocking our shot here just a bit. But that's all right. Joe moving on, looking like he's through the swinging section of the laches into the bongos. Never mind. No bongo required for Mr. Meisner.
Big jump there, but like I was saying, yeah, I mean, I remember Joe from Movement Lab Pro Camps when he was just a little kid and he was keeping up with all the adults, even as like a 10-year-old.
Ooh, tough break on that slip there.
This is the part that scares me for Joe. He's such a powerful upper body athlete. The balance makes me a little nervous for him.
Well, he's a 2-time reigning champion of the gauntlet and making quick work that second time through. Great job.
And that, what you just said speaks exactly to my point. 2-time reigning champion of the gauntlet, the most upper body endurance grueling course you could find. And struggling a little bit there on the balance.
Well, let's see what he's got for the last 3 upper body obstacles here. Would love to see him make it into the finals so we can see him on the burnout course. Bumping over a little bit at a time. Transition through. Still has some breathing room. A minute and a half remaining. He's got a Guinness World Record holder for the longest distance traveled on a cliffhanger. It's a long. That's got. I want to know what his distance is on that. Not sure what the actual goal, what that is. But here we go on the Pac-Man. Ooh, great tech there, able to drop down immediately. That was impressive stuff from Mr. Meisner.
So smooth there from Joe, and he's doing the bar walk technique here. I don't know if he meant to do that, but it looked pretty good. Oh no, he comes off of it.
He's in a tight spot here at 8th place currently. He's got a full minute and 2 more attempts.
Well, that Pac-Man there, Strat, was probably the smoothest we've seen of the entire day. That was so clean. And he is going for the bar walk technique. It was intentional.
Just needs to calm it down here for the Sasuke-style pipe slider finish.
He's in 8th right now. You can see if he wants to be in top 4, he needs to do this in 2:33. Could bump him up into 4th place. Oh, it's going to come close.
Come on, get out of there, Joe.
If he gets out in time. Oh, it's going to be so close. We're going to get the official time. I believe it's going to be 2:31.2. We will have, but he had 2 fails. He did have the 2 fails.
Yeah, it's going to put him in 6th place, I believe, and that's going to be, not exactly where he wants to be for how many runners that we have left, but still great job fighting all the way through to the finish.
Yeah, an awesome run there from Joe.
All right, coming up now is going to be Karen Potts. Karen trains out of her backyard mostly and heads over to the Dexterity Depot to get some training as well. Starting her journey right now on the Lachey Lane.
I first became aware of Karen, I want to say within the last year, has had some really promising performances. Just absolutely crushing it. I think she's done very well at some of the NSC competitions before.
Working our way through that Llaya lane, no worries. Let's check this bongo bounce of foot tech. Nice work there. She is the captain of her soccer team this fall coming up. It's very cool to see. And great tech there on the swing through that slider.
Hopefully that soccer training helps here on the agility. Looks
nice
good.
Job. Recently started watching a soccer anime called Blue Lock. Pretty interesting anime out there if anybody is interested in sport type animes. Played a little bit of soccer in high school, but man, I couldn't keep up with it. My cardio was not where it needed to be. And I'm sure that's helping her here. She can run for 90 minutes straight. She'll be able to last getting through this ninja course. Big swings here trying to get this up move.
Now Karen is one of the taller female athletes that we have out here today. I don't know her exact height, but hopefully she can lock in that little bit of power she needs to make that reach.
Trying to catch her breath a little bit here for this big climb. This gap's fairly large. See a lot more swing being utilized. Trying to help with that lift. Timing out that move just right. Try number 2 for Karen. Nice change of a position here. Going with that switch grip and then twisting the hand mid upswing. Excellent job. Kind of like doing monkey bars going upwards. Excellent use of her momentum.
The only thing that I'm concerned about for her now is that was a lot of time spent building up momentum and going for those big reaches. So, you know, the cliffhanger is probably going to be okay getting past it, but is she going to have the power left to get through the next couple of more dynamic obstacles towards the end there? But she is in 4th place as of right now. With only a few more female athletes left to go, she's probably guaranteed herself a spot in the finals. But I think we want to see her get through some more obstacles, have a chance to touch all of the obstacles before going into the hybrid round.
Cliffhanger challenging here towards the end. She's got about 20 seconds remaining.
Looking a little bit more comfortable this time around. Just got to shift those hands over. And if we can just get off onto that nice big jug, I think we should be okay.
Not right there at the end. So close for Karen. That's going to do it for her time. But that bumps her into 4th place currently.
There are only 2 female athletes left to go, so Karen will be in the finals.
And we are on to Mr. Josh Auer. I believe our next runner. Getting some final confirmation from the judge. That's Lila peeking around the corner there. Trains alongside rock solid crew. Josh has been at it since he has been 11 years old, 17 currently. Last competed on American Ninja Warrior on the big show with the family special. It's cool to see the Auer family take away the top prize for the family special that year. We're getting ready to go. Outside of Ninja, he's really enjoys basketball and he's currently working on his personal training certificate. Trying to be a personal trainer as well as a ninja coach.
The personal training certificate is definitely something that helps with ninja training. It helps you target. If you have a certain weakness, it gives you a better idea of how to train. So definitely some worthwhile knowledge to have.
Lachey's through, trying to link things all the way through, as he does pretty much anywhere he goes. Really wants to try to link and connect all these different moves. Nice big back pull. Great catch, catching almost waist high onto that rope. Good footwork there, committing to the top portions of those steps.
Now, Josh Auer always seems to be in the finals of NSC competitions. I think I see him in so many of them.
He pushes the pace
So-
for sure.
Oh!
Okay, big cut right there. Taking a huge shortcut. Pretty much telling everybody else, hey, why didn't y'all think of this? Nice job for Mr. Auer.
It's always the worst when those skips happen towards the end of the competition.
Pretty disheartening from earlier runners in the day, that's for sure. Josh going for a little crossover here. Nice little bump over and through. Nice job, and here we go for the Pac-Man quickly to this point. That big skip off of those steering wheels. Really helping out, get him to finish up those obstacles to try to get these last two knocked out with the time remaining. First attempt.
Good power.
Ooh, look out. Okay, hold on tight.
And again, you did see him use the sort of underbar technique, flipping up and down over the bottom. He does have to engage the clasp and actually push it through the sky hook. So hopefully he's able to adjust that movement and kind of override that hard set that a lot of athletes have.
Right on the tip, careful. And he adjusts, nice job. So close to getting, unhooking that ring, but able to salvage it, and now straight onto this slippery salmon ladder.
For some reason, I feel very confident in Josh Auer's bar tech. I'm not sure where that's coming from. Maybe a gut feeling, but I think he's got this.
They do set up all sorts of crazy, finicky stuff at Rock Solid. They've done flying bars on tiny ledges. Let's see if he can get this dismount. Not able to get there. He's got plenty of time. Currently in 9th, though, needs to get a clear here.
Taking his time, taking a deep breath. I wonder how the endurance is feeling. Maybe more so just frustration as opposed to being tired.
They do push the pace a lot out there at Rock Solid. Just needs to be able to get this dismount in one. Buzzer for the finish. Nice job. We're going to check a replay out. Mr. Auer is sitting in 7th place currently. Let's have a look at how close that ring was to popping off that hook. Here we go. Gets the push through, and it's sitting right on the ledge. You see him wisely fixing that ring before going for the dismount. Nice awareness out of Josh Auer.
Speaking of bar tech, it's James Sannella. That should be all I need to say for all you Ninja fans out there. James Sannella, I believe the first Ninja to, I don't know if he put this on his fun facts. He really should. But first man to execute a quad. That's 5 rungs on a salmon ladder. That's an intense amount of power. Very excited to see how that power shows itself on the course here today. Should have enough power for the Pac-Man move.
Well, James here, said he's got 30 million, that is, views on that video of him doing that salmon ladder transfer. Impressive stuff. I believe he was one of the first I've seen utilize that bicycle kick style of swing tech in order to double up on that swing power in just one move. Let's see what he's got on the course.
I'm going to talk about bar tech for a quick second. The bicycle kick, a lot of people ask, why would you do that? When you push one leg forward and you have one leg behind you, it actually keeps your weight down on the free bar. And so it gives you a little bit more control. It's actually a really smart technique. It looks a little funny. I know some ninjas are like, why use that technique? But it works.
Yeah, that bicycle kick's been utilized a lot more I've seen as of late. And James making short work of the first half of this course.
Will he go for the skip from the top?
I think go down for a more nonchalant style, but still just as quick to this point. Skateboards outside of Ninja, that's a great quick reaction style sport. It's what you need for Ninja as well, to be able to adjust on the fly. Making his way to the finish platform. Back in 2021 for the WNL, was the young adult champion that season. Competed in season 14, made it to stage 2 finals that year. Was the 3rd fastest on stage 1, so well-rounded, able to do power moves. And here, getting that experience. Mr. DeGangi mentioned that earlier, want to get a couple of feels for how that latch operates. From the start platform, great way to do it. Mr. Sannella goes for the move. In and down, nicely done. Gets that dismount, great tech. For a full clear here, potentially, and oh no, misses on this slippery salmon slider on the way up.
Kind of shocking to see that out of James Sannella. Actually, I wonder if he's just feeling the tiredness of the course. Should be locked in at this point. There we go. That's a little bit better.
To the top. Sliding the bar down to the track. Just needs to secure this dismount. Pretty good time to this point with only one miss. Wants to make sure that's all he gets, just the one. Dialing it in for the dismount here. And right on the corner. Oh, not gonna count. Had too much of a step back. Looked like a foot tapped down on the padding before getting a full clear. Gonna have to redo, and that's gonna be a third one. Unfortunate there. Thought he had full clear and kept running forwards for it, but unfortunate not all the way onto the platform. Here's a replay of the ring tech real quick.
The ring tech was absolutely perfect. That is how you do it, ladies and gentlemen. Right there, come in high, shoot it forward. Shocking to see James Sella go out on a bar tech obstacle. Very shocking. And it looked like he almost had it, that dismount. It looks like his foot just tapped down right there at the end. Here's another look at it. It looks
Holding
good.
on for a split second, but pushes off of the padding that's out of bounds. Unfortunate landing there. Tough break for James. It's going to put him into 9th place with those slips there at the end.
Oh, 9th place. I don't know.
Next runner sounds to be on the course here in the Ninja Works Go. And here we go. Mr. Jacobe Herman on to the move.
Jacobe Herman, an absolutely insane athlete. When I think of the amount of skills I could list off that he has, it's just an exhaustive list. He has endurance, he has speed, he has technical moves.
Well, I'll tell you what else he's got. He's definitely got style. And he is moving through, getting we're losing some angles here, folks. Sorry about that. But Jacobe all the way onto the spines. Some technical difficulties here after those replays cranked up, but Jacobe on his way down the spines. No errors as of yet.
Moving very smoothly through. About 50 seconds on the clock to this point, comparable to where a lot of the other athletes have gotten to. Again, it is a game of completion here. Colton Supa, your first place male athlete, no fails, full clear. I think that's something Jacobe's capable of, especially after seeing Sella execute the Pac-Man move. You know he was paying attention and definitely has that in the tank.
Yeah, these younger athletes a little bit lighter, so they'll have a little more control potentially of their throws. Not as much impact on the drops, which is causing people to peel out on their way through. So we're gonna see how he performs on the first toss across. Try number 1, not quite able to get the distance on his first attempt.
Trying to figure out how that ring latches in. Nice. Oh!
Not able to close it. Was able to open it, but not get the pullback.
The positioning of his body was basically on par with where it needed to be. You want your chest behind it. You want to have your arms out in front of you, but he didn't have quite enough height to lock it in before his momentum brought him all the way forward. So let's hope he can make the adjustment here.
Third attempt.
He does.
Great catch there from Jacobe. Needs to dismount, though. He's not out of the woodworks yet. There it is. 40 seconds to go. And just going straight into it. Knows he's short on time. Doesn't want to make any mistakes here for the finish. Trying to go for the first move and gets it. Nice job, Mr. Herman, fighting on the way through. Almost getting eliminated by the Pac-Man. 7th place currently.
What is insane is that a full clear is putting you in 7th place.
Yeah, they're fighting through here. Here comes a look at that move. Trying to get that swing tech going. Big upswing on the way back. Up and in at that angle. Good catch.
Great work out of Jacobe, doing it in style. Next up, Ava Kasanti, coming to us from center court. Strong female competitor. I want to see Ava get into the finals and get to a burnout course. That is her specialty. That is where she shines. But has also had some really solid runs in a more hybrid style as well. Very much looking forward to this run.
And she was a finalist on season 14 of American Ninja Warrior and placed 4th at the Ninja Sport Championship Finals last season. Now we'll see how she does here this season around. WNL got 2nd place in 2021.
Taking her time to get started here. Easily through the first one. Great upstart. Taking a bit more of a cautious approach here, just making sure she has the height she needs. There we go. Warming up, getting through, linking some of these movements.
Swinging on one through, gets the dismount. Let's check the bongo tech. Commit to this bounce here. Great power out of the gate.
Check the slider tech. Looks good. Grip is there.
Nicely done.
Full clear to this point. Now this, if she gets past this, ooh, I was going to say getting past that should secure her a spot in the finals.
I've got to be careful on these. Just got to know right where to put those feet and push off. Not too much forward pressure. Got it on the second. No, wait, not quite. Mr. Swanson got the angle there. We can't quite see that full platform finish.
And this is the moment where you really have to dial in that mental game. You've almost executed it. You just need to make a small adjustment and really commit to the movements. Here we go, Ava. And she gets it.
Nice job.
Now this obstacle will definitely display Ava's strengths. Tons of pull power on this girl. Easily moving up, barely using momentum, just straight pull power getting through that.
Yeah, says her favorite style, of course, is all the burnouts at these competitions. So no stranger to upper body style courses. Nice little hip kip out to get to the finish.
Ava has a rock climbing wall in her garage, so should have some nice moves for us here on the cliffhangers. 2 minutes left on the clock. I don't know if that's going to be enough to fully finish the course, but I think we should see her get through the next 2. Fingers crossed.
Going for these 180s potentially. Start spinning around. Let's see what we got on the bigger of the transfers across.
Trying to figure out how she's... Wow.
Nice. That's a new way to do it. A little reverse cross tech. Still needs to get to the pillar for the clear here with about 15 seconds to go. Get on there. Nice job. Wants to at least feel out the flying squirrel and X drop.
Nice set of the hips. We'll see if she has enough time to throw that first thing. What I really like about what I just saw was that she had the energy, almost had enough height after just 2 swings. So at this point, she should have a spot secured for finals. That'll be really great for her going into the hybrid round.
Yeah, nicely done, being able to get pretty deep into the course. Haven't seen too many get to that point. Coming up now, I believe, is Nolan. Where are we at?
Nolan Loy, coming to us from Full Send Ninja, was just there this past weekend for a WNL competition. Nolan is a huge fan of batarangs. We were talking earlier about the innovations that happen with ice picks. I can't wait to see the innovations that happen with batarangs. That's going to be insane.
Yeah, I'm sure if they had one, it would have fit well in that ice pick obstacle they've got. But Nolan on the move. It's his first NSN competition. He missed last year due to a shoulder surgery, but not showing any signs of fatigue on the shoulder here. So it must have been a successful surgery for sure.
pre-shoulder injury, Nolan was absolutely a dominant force in the New England region, and it's been really great to see him just locking himself back into that place. The fluidity is still there. Oh, maybe not the agility. Still working on that.
Yeah, a little short on the dismount. Going to have to reset and try again.
Taking a deep breath, lining it up, looking a little nervous, but getting through easily.
A nice change of plans, going for that side route instead. Going to go with the dinos to pop his way up. Yep, no shoulder surgery, slowing him down whatsoever. I need to be taking notes from this young man. Nice job. Pushing on now for the cliffhangers.
And you can see easily working through those 180s. Oh, very fluid, very smooth. I love it when I see the athletes still looking smooth at this point in the course. That means they have a lot left in the tank, but it's all about the technique now.
2 obstacles to go. 1:15 remaining. Won the first ever bucket of chalk competition. Let's see what he's got here for this Pac-Man. Watch that corner. It might be stuck, but I think he was able to get the clear there.
Wow. And that just bumps him into 10th place. We'll see what he can do if he can get the clear on this first try.
Shimmying over to that side seems to be the way to do it. First throw in, that's all he needs. Both feet on cleanly, jumping up to 3rd place. Nice job, Nolan.
We were making some predictions earlier about how many clears we would have on the course on the male side, and I think the highest number was 8. But at this point, what is it? Do we have 9 at this point, I think? I think we have 9 full clears.
We're climbing the ranks. Not too many opens we run into where we get this many clears here, but that just shows the talent pool and how strong these athletes are. Speaking of strong athletes, Mr. Pel sitting there meditating at the start line, getting ready to go. Josiah, strong athlete, been on American Ninja Warrior, was one of the few to make it into Stage 4, but we'll talk about that in a second after a commercial break.
Ninja Sport Championship is brought to you by Role Model Software. They craft custom software tailored to fit your business needs, and they're also the makers of Ninja Master and Lightning CAD. Silent Ninja, check out their website for exclusive ninja holds and ninja training equipment. Celebra Family Restaurants, supporters of the Ronald McDonald House, helping families and children in need. Consider donating today. Biaggi Bros, a full-service logistics company with 3PL and supply chain solutions with warehouses and truck terminals scattered across the U.S. League of Ninja Warriors, check out their website for exclusive ninja collectibles. Ocean Needs Everyone, the nonprofit organization dedicated to helping save our oceans. And Bucket of Chalk, our official chalk sponsor. Reach into the bucket and grab some chalk today.
Today, and we'd love to talk to you.
And Josiah Pel standing on the starting line, getting ready for his shot at the course here. exciting athlete. We saw him at Bucket of Chalk last month. He ended up taking the win. It was really fun to watch. He was electric on all 3 stages, and then when it came down to the climb on stage 4, he ended up taking the win from there.
Big leap out of Mr. Propel, swinging up in, passing that bongo. Doesn't even need to take a break here. 1-2 all the way through, chalking up as he moves. Man's putting on a fire pace here. Even though he likes cold-blooded animals. Rocking the lizard shirt.
It was great to see him get so quickly through that agility, as last time when he was here for NSC, he actually struggled quite a bit on the agility obstacle, but easy work for him here, and so easy. He's already at the 8th obstacle in under a minute.
Insane pace for Mr. Propel.
And what's more insane is the fact that that doesn't even put him in the top 10.
Oof. Yeah, no, there's still some work to do. See him catching his breath here, but knows he has to push the pace to get to this point. Feeling out that apparatus to see how it works.
Right now, James Burns is on the bubble in 10th place. James Burns was our second clear of the day.
Oh, went for a big arch. Didn't quite get the move he wanted to. Had to try to arch into it. Was going to need a more forceful move going forwards. Try number 2. That's going for a weird tech here. Just going really high up, not forcing it into that forward-facing position to get the latch. He's looking a little confused by it. Trying to figure it out. Knows he only has one last attempt here. This is where it dials it in. Can we figure it out on the last try?
Yeah, he's got one more attempt.
And final try, not quite able to twist it. Unfortunate fall for Mr. Propel. Experienced athlete at these comps, but just doesn't pan out for him today. Check a quick replay here. Not sure what tech he was deciding to go for. Went for these big arching moves. Maybe he thought he could twist the ring more in mid-air to try to close it, and just, you see it has to be almost at that 90-degree angle as you try to insert the ring. Didn't quite pan out for him. Tough break for Mr. Propel. Couple more runners to go, folks. We're almost all the way done for the open waves. Noah Munir on the platform right now, coming out of Vitality Obstacle Fitness.
Second-year Bucket of Chalk winner. Vitality Obstacle Fitness going 1-2 at Bucket of Chalk. Noah, one of their premier elite male athletes, has also had a lot of success in the NSC as well. Competed last season.
Yep, strong athlete here. Hasn't made it onto the primary show. Says he'd like to get out there and put his skills to the test on NBC's American Ninja Warrior. Strong athlete at these gym comps. Love to see how he performs on the main stage. Moving quickly through Lachey Lane. Nice little underbar tech to scoot on out of there.
So smooth through the bongo.
Nice little pump at the end to get that momentum built up, and 1, 2, 3 all the way through.
One thing I say about Noah often, he's probably one of the most underrated and unknown athletes. He's been breaking onto the scene a bit more, but still always seems to be a little bit underestimated at these competitions, but having a really solid performance here. But it is all going to come down to the completion of that Pac-Man and then that final obstacle.
Yeah, very consistent performer at these style competitions. Good power out of him to get through that cliffhanger. Sub-minute to this point. Got some breathing room, but we've seen this Pac-Man in many runs right here.
We were commenting on Josiah's run earlier. He made it to Pac-Man with 50 seconds only on the clock, and still that wasn't enough to get him into the top 10. Gonna need a clear here.
Twisting down, there it is. Good job, get on through. Noah so far so good. One obstacle to go, right away into it. No, Rushton up that platform, not gonna be the way he wants to end the run, but Still 2 more tries.
I think the athletes are getting really excited when they get past Pac-Man and maybe carrying a little bit of that excitement into it. Technical move here.
He's got to clear if he wants to get into the, I don't even know if it, yeah, he would have to clear here in order to make it into the top 10.
Ooh.
Overshot one side, now he's onto the bars. Good job staying calm in that position.
He is going to have to clear this obstacle and not have a fail on that dismount if he wants to break into finals.
Get out of there and maintains that position on the landing platform. 2:01 to finish. With 2 fails, that's put them into 7th place. And that's going to be good for him. He only has one other runner to go, I believe. Let's check a quick peek here at that catch on the ring. Pac-Man chomping into that ghost.
I think that was the best execution we've seen of that move between him and James Sannella. Probably that's the way to go. All right, stepping up is Addy Herman. This is our final female athlete of the wave here, final female athlete of the competition. And I would say definitely my pick to full clear this course. She's got the endurance, she's got the technique. Taking a deep breath before she goes off here. Addy Herman, I believe, was 2nd place in NSC last year. And she won the Obstacle Academy NSC earlier this season. Just had super strong performance, all 3 stages.
No problem swinging on the Lachey lane, turning that corner real quick for the bongo bounce. Good commitment, keeping those feet up for that dismount. Right away attacking that slide on the way down. A little outstretched on the grab, but great grip strength, able to hold on. Check that footwork. 1, 2, 3 on the side there. Nice job.
And you can see on the bottom of your screen, with every obstacle completed, Addy is moving up and up in the ranks of the top 10, currently in 7th place, but I do expect her to move, if not at the top, very close to it. Again, definitely an athlete that can complete all the rest of the obstacles in this course. Chalking up before going on to the cliffhangers. I think we'll see the 180 tech out of her today. This girl can 180 on vertical limits. And so I'm really actually quite shocked at what I'm seeing right now.
Yeah, going for the match tech instead. I just feel a little more comfortable going with this straight tech for a change. Going for that reverse style tech. No problem on these holds. Just needs to get that dismount. So far, so good.
Has a whole minute and 30 seconds left to complete these final 2 obstacles. They do have the X-Wing obstacle at Vitality, something she's been training on. Looks like she has plenty left in the tank. Let's see her get through this.
Ooh! Decided to try to static it right away, but the magnets drop. There isn't any resistance to those flying squirrel handles.
And it looks like she was going for the set and just missed with that hand. I think you'll see her lock it in here, deciding to go at the same time. Look at the power. 2 swings all the way up, gets the grab. And I think she's going to have to execute this ice pick obstacle. First try. Get the chalk. That's going to be slippery on the way down. Power is still looking good. Using more momentum here. There's the next transfer. We got one more transfer up.
Just a little shy, but we got time for another go. Just going to have to move quick on this final attempt. But even with that slip, she is still in first place by making it there just a little faster than Abby. But she wants to get that clear, get that experience for the next round, and that's going to do it for Addy on her run. Impressive stuff. That puts her in first place.
Still in, like you said, Strat, in that first place position for the females. That's going to give her a really great advantage. Moving on, let's take a look at her first attempt here on the ice pick obstacle. Just really excellent power. knowing a little bit gassed maybe at this point, so using that swing momentum to get her up to the next one. Perfect placement. Going right.
Yeah, tough break there. Just couldn't quite hold on for that next move. And Jay Lewis on the move here. Finishing up our last runner, I believe, swinging all the way through. Jay Lachey gets that underbar dismount, moving quickly. Bouncing right off that bongo. Going to have to take that extra swing back, though, for safety. Taking his time on the way down. Nice pull and great leap up. No problem there. Everybody's starting to favor that left side of those dominoes. It seems to be the way to go, keeping that momentum and pressure onto those steps.
Definitely excited to see Jay run right now. I had the opportunity to compete with Jay in Germany as a part of Team USA.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch that special.
Yeah, that special, I believe, comes out soon. German Ninja Warrior has been filming their season currently, so I believe the special will air soon, but it was awesome having Jay on the team. No spoilers, but
I'm sure y'all put together some fun runs out there. I can't wait to watch that one. Getting a feel for the Pac-Man. Jay's got some great tech here. Let's see what he's got going in. Not quite able. The way he caught it, it utilized the latch, but when he caught, his arms were fully extended, not giving him any time to really engage the brakes.
And I think Ethan Swanson's there reminding him, like, hey, make sure that you use that latch.
That's much better. Locks it in. Second try. Doesn't take him long to learn that mechanism and motion. Last one we go. Hopping up the Sam Leiter track. Taking a look at the angles. Nice little peek up.
Getting up nice and high, making sure. Oh, no!
Unfortunate slip there.
Strat, he's not in the top 10 right now. He really needs to put this together. You can see Josh Auer cleared this with 2 fails. 2:44 is the time to beat, but if he doesn't get this right here, Strat, he is not making the top 10.
He's got
huge drama right now.
Got to stay calm, Jay. Watch those corners and get this dismount.
This is make or break right here, Strat. He has to clear this to make the top 10. Our final runner, everyone expects him to get there.
Slide back. Get out of there. Oh, my gosh.
Unbelievable save. Puts himself in 8th place. You can see him looking at it. He's putting his hand on his heart.
Hearts back here, too, young man.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my gosh. Well, tough break for Josh Auer getting bumped out.
Do or die moment right there for Jay Lewis. And he almost slipped away from it.
Man, oh man, tough stuff and incredible competition, incredibly stacked field. We'll check that replay out real quick and have a look at our leaderboards in just a second. Here's another look at that ring tech on the Pac-Man.
Yeah, that ring tech was so good, so clean. Yeah, he looked really, really good there.
And that's going to do it for the open waves. What a run, man. What a crazy 2 waves. Let's pull up these leaderboards, have a look. Leaderboards brought to you by the Silent Ninja. So we have a gander at the top 10.
Yes, we're going to start on the women's side of things. Leaderboard sponsored by Silent Ninja. Addy Herman taking 1st place. Abby Clark in 2nd. Abby Clark so close to finishing the cane slider, peeled out right at the end there. And then Jordan Carr rounding out our top 3. Jordan obviously won Stamford last year. But here's a look at your top 10. Congratulations to all the women who will be moving on to the finals. We'll be streaming the finals later on this afternoon. That will be starting here at around 4:25 Eastern time, so make sure you come back and check that out. But let's check out the men's side of things before we sign off. Our leaderboards sponsored by Silent Ninja. Check out their website for Ninja Holds. Real quick, let's get our top 20.
And look at that. Colton Supa, first one to get that full clear and stayed in that position the entire day. Everybody was chasing after that top spot and unable to unseat that young man from that position. Incredible stuff.
I mean, unbelievably impressive to run so early. He ran in wave 1, and to take the first place spot and just hold it all day, especially with this stacked of a field. Colton Supa, I'm sure, will be a name that many people will start to recognize, especially after a performance like this. Hopefully he can continue the momentum into the finals round.
You got Tom and Nolan rounding out the top 3. Luke Dillon, powerful performance as well. And then Sean Arms rocking the arms across the course. We're going to see how those top 5 do later on in the day.
And then Jay Lewis with the do or die moment, running last, 2 fails, had to get the clear right there. Unfortunately, bumps out Josh Auer.
Great stuff from all the competitors today. And I want to say a big shout out to Mary Layton for hanging out with us in the back, providing some extra commentary alongside. Appreciate you hanging out with us.
Thank you guys so much for having me. That was a fantastic round to watch. So exciting, these results right here. I mean, Jay Lewis in 8th place.
Yeah, you don't see that often.
You don't see that
very often.
This is going to be an exciting battle when we come back for our finals round for sure.
And that's going to do it for us, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks so much for hanging out. We appreciate y'all's support over on the YouTube page. If you're watching with us live, appreciate y'all chiming in on the chat. If you're watching later on in the future, y'all don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all that jazz. I'm Ryan Stratus alongside Krista Ganji, the Ninja Sport Network.
Yeah, thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. And the likes and the subscribes, I know it's corny, but they do help us out so much. So we really appreciate all the support. And thank you so much. And a huge shout out to all of our Patreons. This NSC, NSN would not be possible without the support of our Patreons. So seriously, thank you so much. And if you're considering going to our website, checking out our Patreon, we do offer some discounts to our merchandise, some giveaways, fun things like that. So consider supporting us on Patreon. Thank you guys so much, and we will see you back for the finals later this afternoon.
Here at Role Model Software, we value our partnerships with our clients. Listen as Dr. Eric Freeman talks about our partnership with Cultivate Leadership Institute.
CLI was trying to find which software company we want to partner with. We talked with a number of different ones, but the thing that made Role Model stand out was the connection that we had with them. So if you're trying to figure out how do I select the right company for us, you need to make sure that you don't just do that digitally. It's not just an email. It's not just a Zoom call. You need to make sure that you get face-to-face with these individuals to make sure that your mission and your vision align so that you're creating the product that you want to create. And Role Model has the ability to do that. They're very personal. They care about your product. They care about you personally, and they want to help deliver the product that you need.
If you're curious if Role Model could be the right fit to partner with you, reach out to us today. We'd love to talk to you.
Ninja Sport Championship is brought to you by Role Model Software. They craft custom software tailored to fit your business needs, and they're also the makers of Ninja Master and Lightning CAD. Silent Ninja, check out their website for exclusive ninja holds and ninja training equipment. Celebra Family Restaurants, supporters of the Ronald McDonald House, helping families and children in need. Consider donating today. Biaggi Bros, a full-service logistics company with 3PL and supply chain solutions with warehouses and truck terminals scattered across the U.S. League of Ninja Warriors, check out their website for exclusive ninja collectibles. Ocean Needs Everyone, the nonprofit organization dedicated to helping save our oceans. And Bucket of Chalk, our official chalk sponsor. Reach into the bucket and grab some chalk today.
Today, and we'd love to talk to you.
Have you ever experienced extremely sweaty hands? Not knowing where to step on agility? Being unlucky on special delivery? Or being absolute trash at Double Dipper? then Bucket of Chalk is the right chalk for you. Side effects may include extremely grippy hands, even after washing them. Always know where to step on agility. Adds a bit of extra luck on special deliveries, and it tastes like success.
Hi, my name's Ferrari Wilson, and I am the founder of the ocean conservation organization Ocean Needs Everyone, and we are proud to be a sponsor for Ninja Sport Championship Season 2. I'm here to tell you today about 3 reasons why you should help the ocean. 1. There's so much left to discover in the ocean, 91% of marine species are still undiscovered. 2. If we don't help soon, there's a projection that by 2050, there will be more plastic in the ocean than fish. 3. Without the ocean, we wouldn't even be here right now because it gives us 65% of our oxygen. So even if you don't live near an ocean, go out and pick up some trash because it will make a difference. And one final bonus reason why you should save the ocean is because it's nice and refreshing.
At Role Model, we believe software development should be learned like any other craft. In our Craftsmanship Academy, cohorts of apprentices participate in hands-on immersion that leads to long-term mentorship. All of this under the supervision of experienced software craftsmen.
Most of the academy you spend just in a room working with other people that are also struggling to figure out the same things. And it's actually much faster that way because they figure things out when you don't know them and you help them figure the things out that you figured out.
One of the phases of the academy is shadowing phase, where you get to work under a mentor and take all of the practical skills you're learning and apply them directly to a real project.
Working in the academy taught me to write business-ready software in a way that I could take my experiences and translate them to the real world, and I could see the results. And I could see people using the software and the utility and the value that it provides.
If the Craftsmanship Academy sounds like a fit, I'd encourage you to reach out.